Hey everybody, welcome back to another video, the T on MPD and relationships. Hello everyone. To all of my new subscribers and new family members, hello, hi, welcome. And to my tribe and family at large, listen y'all, welcome back. Thank you all so much for coming back and of course watching another video. Listen, y'all know I'm always plugging our live streams that we do each week. Usually it used to be on Thursday nights, now we're Friday, but this week, because it's been a crazy week, we're actually going to be on tonight. Yes, tonight. So tune in, Facebook or YouTube, whichever one is your jam. Come on in to the chat room. All right. So we are going to be live, and y'all know that's going to be 6 p.m. tonight. Y'all know every time we drop a video on the channel, the goal of the day is 2.1K plus on the likes. If you rocks with your girl, y'all hit that like button, hit that like button. I need y'all to one time, two times, every time for your girl. Okay? Can y'all hit that like button? And as y'all see, the scenery is a little bit different. I'm at the car wash today. I'm just getting a video in. Thought about y'all. Want to talk about something though. Want to jump into the topic of this video. You know what? It's real different, y'all. When you are in a position where you have actually discarded the narcissist, and not only did you discard the narcissist, but you continue to reject the Hoover. Y'all want to know what makes a narcissist chase? The lack of access. Can I be real? The lack of access. So, a lot of times when we leave these relationships, we look at it and we're thinking, okay, the narcissist left us with no closure. And it makes us, a lot of times, those of us that need closure, or those of you that decide that, you know what, I'm not going to just let the narcissist get away like that. I need closure. Okay. So in that respect, the narcissist, we allow the narcissist to put us in a position of inferiority because we're looking to them for answers. You should never be looking to a mentally ill person for answers because they can't give you anything but insanity. Okay? Point blank in the period. But when we talk about what actually makes a narcissist come after you, what keeps them on the chase, on the grind, trying to always get you, is the fact that narcissists don't like rejection, and because they don't like rejection, they want to conquer rejection. Let me be clear. Let me just actually explain what that looks like. When I say conquer rejection, which means this: whenever you discard the narcissist and they're trying to get back, they're hoovering. They're trying to basically act like they want to be friends, all of this different stuff, because they're not necessarily wanting to be rejected by you. Or maybe they have a new supply that they're really wanting to see how it's going to pan out with them. So they still want to keep you hanging on. So they'll just say, hey, let's be friends. Okay. They'll play that friend card. But at the end of the day, what they really want to do is they want two irons in the fire, so to speak. That's what they're really trying to do. So whenever we're looking at it from that aspect, they want to conquer. They want to conquer that rejection by reaching out, hoovering you, and you're answering the hoover. That is like conquering to them, because a narcissist doesn't like to be told no. They don't like being rejected. They don't like being told what to do. They always want to be in the superior position, which is the position of control. Okay? So when you remove them out of that superior position and you begin to reject them, now they're feeling inferior, and they're going to chase and run and try to conquer you again and again and again, because nothing is like that feeling of them having control over you. See, when you reject them, when you reject the hoover, when you do all of these different things to them, they are feeling like they're out of control, that they're in an inferior position, like they had you in the whole entire relationship. Remember that? Yeah. So what makes them actually continue to chase and to run and to try to conquer that rejection is the fact that you're not answering. You're not paying them any attention. And when you do that, unfortunately, and this is a like a catch-22 thing, and you have to be very, very careful with this, because you have some narcissists that become so obsessed and so enthralled in the chase that they can become very dangerous, okay? Because they want what they want, but at the same time, they're unprepared to deal with the rejection. And sometimes, just depending on the degree or where they fall on the spectrum of narcissism, that could actually put you in a very dangerous position. So you don't want to deal, they already some nut jobs, okay? These birds are crazy. So you don't want to be in a position where you're rejecting them, but then you're going to play with them at the same time. No. When you leave these birds, you got to leave them, and you got to go on about your business. And that's what I tell you all. But what actually makes them continue to chase you is what makes you chase them. When they don't give you the closure, when they don't do, when you're asking them questions, what did I do? What did I say? What happened in this situation? Like, we can't talk about this like adults. See, this is what a lot of times we're running after, and we're asking the narcissist over and over, what happened in this situation? And they're, of course, not going to answer you, and of course not going to give you that closure, because they want to continue to make you run and figure it out. Ask them questions, and the more you want to figure it out, the more they're not going to allow you to figure it out, because they want that door open. So now swap that around, okay? Swap it around. So now, because you're now falling back, you're not giving them access. You're not giving them answers as to why you're rejecting them. They know what they did, but they want to hear you say it. Now, it's not enough that you have been telling them all along. But when you decide to just pull up out of there, or you make them, or you force them to do a discard, and by the way, a narcissist never typically does the final discard. The final discard is typically always done by the supply, not by the narcissist. So, yeah, the fact that you're not going to give them, the fact that you're refusing to give them answers, the fact that you're refusing to answer the Hoover, you're rejecting their attempts to contact you. And that also means that even if you have not blocked them and they continue to call your phone, you're not answering the phone calls, you're not answering the text messages and things like that. Unfortunately, y'all, it is going to, and I hope, please, I'm giving you this information, but I hope this is not something that you want them to do, is run after you because they did, they did you dirty. Because these people are crazy. Something wrong with them. They got screws loose. But this is why you see them, and as they say, they're gonna run after you. Yeah, they will. Yeah, they will. And they'll do it until they get tired. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Watch this. When you still have your phone line open, okay, so you have not yet blocked them, they can still email even though you're not responding. This actually gives this actually gives the narcissist supply. So if you're angry with them and I'm done, I'm just not going to say anything, I'm done with the narcissist, blah 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 blah, but you haven't blocked them, okay, they can still email you. The emails are going through. They can still text you, and the text messages is still going through. The chase is going to be more intense, okay, because they see it like this. If you really didn't want to talk to them, then you would have blocked them. If you really didn't want to be bothered with them, they wouldn't be able to email you. They wouldn't be able to call you. They wouldn't be able to text you. Like, they wouldn't be able to do any of that. And that's just how the narcissist sees it, because you got to understand, you're dealing with a person that is mentally ill. So they're not taking the fact that you are refusing or rejecting them and their Hoover attempts as, you don't want to engage anymore. They take it as you're playing a game. This is why it's so dangerous. They think, and see, if you know anything about a narcissist, and if you're watching this video, you know narcissists, they love to play games, okay? They love to play games. That is their number one thing, is mind games. They want to play games with your mind. They want to play games with your heart. All of that. So what you're doing by removing access is you're forcing them into a space where they have to think, and overthink. You're trying to see what you're doing, who you're doing it with. That's why they're stalking your social media. But all it does is, whenever you refuse their attempts, They want to conquer your rejection. And the way they conquer your rejection is to be intense and intentional with the chase. You understand what I'm saying? They're going to find out some way, shape, form, or fashion how to get back to you. I know y'all going to drop a comment below that some of these narcissists y'all were involved with were relentless. Okay? They were relentless. This is what happens, but it's not just because they want to conquer you, so to speak, or conquer the rejection, so to speak. It's also because it gives them supply. Because a narcissist is always trying to turn your no's into yeses. They're always trying to find a way to conquer you. You see what I'm saying? So the more they're running after you, the more they're trying to figure out how to get to you. Oh, they're not answering my calls. I'm gonna hit them on the text. I'm gonna hit them on WhatsApp. I'm gonna hit them on Instagram. If you haven't blocked them on any of those spaces, the more you don't block them, the more you allow them to call, text, email, and all of those different things, in their mind, that's giving them hope. But not only that, it's giving them fuel to chase. You understand what I'm saying? So if you really through with them, you really don't want to be bothered with these birds, you got to cut them off. You got to cut them off. You got to go black out. You got to uproot the power grids. You got to start snatching power grids. And what do I mean? That means that they don't have any access, no, not electronically, not physically, anything. And that is how you actually slow walk them down, because what happens is they begin to run out of gas. You understand what I'm saying? When they're being rejected and they don't have any answers for that, like you block them everywhere and they're not getting that supply and that fuel out of chasing, trying to figure out, oh, I know they're going to answer this time. They're going to answer the email this time. Oh, I know they're going to answer the text message. Block. It's a great day to block them. Okay? Your block game got to be strong with them. It really does. If you're really tired of it, it's got to be strong. Okay? So this is what happens, and this is what plays into the chase, them chasing you, so to speak, when it comes to the narcissist. They want to conquer your rejection, because your rejection makes them feel like they're in an inferior position. They always want to be in the superior position, and they always want to be in control. All right, family, so listen, y'all, take good care of yourselves. I will see you all on the next video. I love you guys, and I will see you all healed and whole at the top. Don't forget to pick up your copy of Seduced by Satan. It's pinned in the link below, or in the description below. Love you, fam. Shalom.